and welcome. This is Ruth, and today I'm really excited to show you some beautiful new flower die sets from Tonic Studios. And if you know me at all, you know I absolutely love flowers, so dies like this are just really up my street. And I want to show you how you can get your value for money. You can get loads and loads of ideas from this using different dies that you might already have, different materials and lots of different finishes from them, and just don't go anywhere, just stay around, grab a cup of coffee and enjoy this video. Now first of all, they are called the Flawless Flower Creations, and we've got the Buttercup die set, the Succulents die set and the Zinnia die set, and there's also this beautiful Heartfelt Sentiment Collection set die set that comes with it, and this is the sentiments here: "You're bloomin' marvellous," "Life is better with friends," and "Hugs, kisses and birthday wishes." These don't have to be used with these, but they were released at the same time, so I'm going to show you how you can incorporate these with these die sets as well. You can use card, paper, and you can make them small, you can make them big. I'm going to show you loads of ideas, so let's get started. I'm going to have a really quick look at the dies inside the sets first of all, and that way then you'll have a rough idea of what we're going to do. But this one is the Buttercup die set, and you can see all the beautiful dies there. Now what I want to show you is you can use these separately to build up separate flowers. You can join them all together, you can use them singly, you can make them into layered flowers with lots and lots of petals. But don't think that just because that set is all together there that you can't use it with this one, because some of those dies would be absolutely beautiful incorporated with the ones from this lovely Zinnia die set, and also with flowers from the Succulents die set as well, because all of these will work together and you can make sort of realistic looking flowers or even fantasy shaped flowers from them. And you can use patterned papers, plain papers, or whatever. Now along with that I will be adding some of these, and these have the background dies as well, so you can have these plain, you can have them popped up on something else as well. But really want to show you that there's so much that you can do with these. I've only started and already my head is absolutely buzzing with ideas. I've gone with buttermilk yellow card for this one, and I've taken the first set that I'm going to use, which is the Buttercup set, and I've cut out lots and lots of pieces, and I want to show you that you just put them as close as you can together on your card and you'll not waste any. There's how I cut mine out there. Even little scraps, if you have pieces of card that are just about this size, you know you'll be able to fit this one in. So don't throw anything away, because there are lots of little pieces. The other thing is, you'll notice that in all of these sets there's no actual leaf die. So what I've done is I've used those little petals to make some leaves, and you can see here that scraps of green card have been very useful for that, because you don't even need the full size of the flower, because you're going to nip them off and use them as leaves. So I have done that actually with quite a few of them here, and there's the piece of card I was using for that. You can see the biggest flower there, it has a beautiful little stitched detail on it there, and you can use that just flat the way it is, and you can add this piece into the centre and you've already got a little flower. Or you can go ahead and cut it out in green there as well and nip these off, and you've also got yourself some little leaves to go in behind. And that would look really beautiful just on a card the way it is. But then you can go ahead and layer it up. Now here's a little tool set that I have. I've had this one for a long time. So mine are actually orange, and the new ones that Tonic have now are blue. But I use this an awful lot in shaping flowers for three-dimensional flowers. So if I've got this die, you can see here that there are 3 different sizes on the ends of the stylus, and you can just do this and it shapes those petals really beautifully. You'll see I've actually turned that one upside down, and you want to break up all those fibres, and then you can turn that over and just press in the centre, and there you've got a beautiful little flower. You can add then some of these other ones into the centre of that and layer those up as well, and again you can change the size of the stylus and just bring those petals in. Now I have this upside down again, but that mat is just perfect for that, because it's lovely and spongy and it works really well with the embossing tools. And again, you've got this beautiful little daisy that looks much more lifelike than this flat one that you already had, but both are really beautiful. And then you can go ahead and add that in and make a beautiful little flower from that as well. And then you can also take this, and again I've stuck to just the colours that are there, one colour, and pop that in and pop that into the centre, and you can add your drops or a little sequin or something really, really beautiful in there, and the leaves on behind. Now I love these tweezers that are with this set as well, and they're very, very handy for just lifting things up and plonking or placing them right into the centre like that. But that's, to me, that's a bit of a waste of these beautiful tweezers because there's so many other things you can do with them, and my favourite one is to shape the petals with them. So if you have a flower like this and you hold the petal just down from the centre and then open the tweezers like so, put them on, and they're going to hold that like that, but if you hold like this and then twist to the right or the left or whatever, open again, you're going to get that beautiful shaped petal, and you can work your way the whole way around the flower just doing that, and that's a totally different shape to what you would get if you're using the embossing tool there. It's a lovely little twisted petal. I'll just go ahead and layer some of these up and show you what that looks like. Then if you fancy, you can, and you have some sequins, you can just put some glue into the centre of that. Now you could add crystal drops, you could add anything that you wanted in there, but I think this looks really lovely. Glitter as well actually is really beautiful in there. But I wanted to add some small sequins. Now I'm going to use the same colour, but I just want to do a flower with the petals facing upwards. So instead of turning it over and pressing down in the centre, this time I've shaped this by moulding the petals with the embossing stylus with the petals actually facing upwards. And I want to create a little piece for the centre, so I'm going to nip this out, and this will give me the perfect little shape to add all the other petals around. If I just nip this one off and roll it up. And then next I'm going to add 2 petals on the outside of that. And then where the edges of these petals face outwards, I can add this one on because we really want all of those petals to be overlapping. And just leave that one a little looser than the one before. Whenever the glue has grabbed in that one, all you need to do is nip off the end. I'm taking a fair little bit off the end so you can see there. And now I've got myself this beautiful little bud, which is a beautiful little flower on its own, and you can then use this to shape the outside of it. You can see this time I'm actually curling these inwards because this is the little piece that will fold around the little bud. But I can use this, go ahead and make a second one of these. This is just going to peep out of here. And if I'd left that longer, you would have seen more of it, but I like it just that size. But I can then go ahead and make another one of these, but I then will add all of these petals around the outside and make a much bigger flower. taken this little die and I've cut that out several times in the same colour, and I really just want to show you how that you can shape this so differently by using the embossing tool to pull the petals up or to pull them backwards. So I've cut it out and I've laid it on the mat, and as you can see, again, it would make a beautiful little flat flower as well by just putting a centre in, even in a different colour. But if you go from the outside of the petal and pull that in each time, you'll get a lovely look off that. It's like a little chrysanthemum or a little closed up daisy bud. And then press in the centre, and obviously then you can layer that up. There's another one that's just been shaped slightly, and you'll get a lovely little double shaped flower. But if you just press this the other way, so I've turned it over and we're going from the inside to the out, then you can see how that's a totally different shape. It's opening up more like a daisy rather than closing up like a chrysanthemum or whatnot in that one. And again, you can layer that up and that would be beautiful as well. Now I want to add a centre into this little one, so I've taken this die and I've cut it out several times. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them there, and I'm going to layer those up to give a really well fluffy little centre to that. So all I need to do is press into the centre and then layer them up. So I've taken the first one and I'll open it up again to show you. I put a little bit of glue into the centre there before I squeeze that all together, so I'll do it again. Some glue in there, and then just holding that tightly so that you can see there that the ends are all level. Then I've pushed that together, and now I'm going to glue those into the centre of these and pop them all together. Purposely stayed to the same colour so that you can see how different these can look by just shaping them differently. And now I've taken the same colour again, and I want to show you how to add some ink onto this just to give it another little change up. So I've got a little acorn here and some ink. This is actually lotus flower, but you could use whatever you like, and you can go directly from the ink pad, but it gives quite a stark ink effect that way. And just hold your nail. You can see I've already been trying it, so I've got some pink on my nail there, but just dab around the outside like that and come in again and move it right round the petals doing that, and this gives the most beautiful delicate ink effect that just changes these from being so plain to having a little bit of extra colour on them. And then you can go ahead and layer that up and add extra ones onto the top, or mould it with the embossing tool as well. Just to finish this little set off, I thought I would use one of these, so I've cut 2 of them out and I've turned them over and just shaped the petals like this on the other side and pressed them in the centre, and I'm going to join 2 of those together, and that's another little flower. You can offset those and it looks much nicer, I think. It's a kind of spidery effect to it. Now I've moved on to the zinnia die set, and rather than go through the whole thing showing you exactly the way to mould all those petals the way I did in the first one, you can use the ideas from those ones to make different flowers from these ones, and then you can also combine them as well. So this time I have taken the large die here and this one, which is kind of similar at the edge, and I've layered both of those up in sugar crystal glitter card, which I have also just embossed slightly, and I've used the centre, and as you can see I have inked the edges of that, so it's white in the centre and then it has this beautiful pink edging to it as well. And now I'm going to add a little bit of glitter into the centre. You can see I've already put some glue in there, and I'm just going to tap some of this glitter in. And the glitter then goes really, really beautifully with the glitter effect inside and the glitter on the outside of that as well. This beautiful die here then, I've cut it out in avocado green, and as you can see it's got a lovely little edge to it, and I have shaped that so that can be the piece that will be the sepal, and you can put it in behind any of the flowers, especially if you're going to add these flowers onto some kind of a stem or other, or even if you just use a small flower and you'll have that peeping out. But you can also nip that out and create 5 little separate leaves from it as well. So we're going to do that in some of them too. And then this little piece here that's for the centre, I looked at that and I think that's actually quite a good little shape to use as a snowflake. So that would be really beautiful in glitter card as well, and you could add that all over the background and create a kind of a faux embossing background for a Christmas card. For the next flower then, I've used the sugar crystal glitter card again, and I've cut it with the bigger die from the set, and then I've taken the smaller one, and this time I'm not going to colour it or with any ink, but I just want to show how this looks whenever you use 2 or 3 different papers together. I've got another one coming soon and it will have some patterned paper on it, but for this one I just want to show this coming in, and then you can have a little look at whatever cards and things you've got and see what colours you think would go together, and you know, you can use your patterned paper and all sorts of things together for this. Layer them all up and it'll just look so pretty. I've got some classic card, it's Bally Pink, and then I've gone for some of the paper pads, and this is a little 6x6 one. I'll put the name on the screen there, and I've layered lots of these all up together, and I'm going to put all of this together and just show you how nice that looks whenever you use some subtly coloured paper as well and layer lots of them together. I've taken this die and I've cut it out, and then I've taken 2 of the petals out of it. I have also inked the edges of it as well with the rich rosewood ink on a little sponge again, and this time I'm just going to add some glue onto one of the petals here, fold that over, and then you've got quite a different shape of a flower there, and you can add something into that as well, but you can see there that's more of a cup shape. There's another one, and then I'm going to go ahead and just ink all this one and layer this one up as well in one colour. As you can see with that one, then I twisted these petals. All of the petals that I cut out from the patterned paper have all been twisted with the little reverse tweezers, and that looks really, really beautiful as well. And now I'm going to put some magnolia aroma drops inside that, because that absolutely smells just beautiful too. So now I'm going to use these. I've cut these out with the avocado green, as I said earlier, and I'm going to give that just a little shape with the stylus and then down into the centre there, and that's a really, really good shape for putting something like this inside. Now the other way of using this then is to snip these out and use them as little leaves. So you can just snip into the centre, the little, it's very easy to see because there's a little slit there already, as you can see. On all of them there's just that little slit, and all you need to do is follow that into the centre. Again, that's just a very, very quick lot of ideas for this set, but try to expand on that and use your imagination, and you'll really have loads and loads of different things coming from just those basic ideas. Now, the next set is called Succulents Die Set, so I'm not actually sure why the samples are not in green or whatever, but I'm going to go ahead, and I've cut lots of them out already in green, and I'll just show you how we're going to put those together. Isn't that just beautiful? I've actually got some of those in the garden, and I actually take them in for the winter, but they're in the shed at the moment. Otherwise I would bring it in, but that would look really, really beautiful in a little pot. I'm just looking at the packet again here, and although they're not succulents on that packet, those are really, really beautiful because the poppy looks really gorgeous too, and then this pattern paper one as well. Now I've also got some vellum cut out, as you can see from somewhere here. I've got some pieces of it, and this looks really beautiful. Now you could ink around the edges of this as well, but I'm going to leave it just the way it is and layer it up, and it'll have a lovely, lovely delicate feeling to that as well. Don't forget, you can also use these on gold card as well, and any colour of mirror card would be really, really beautiful. Those would be particularly nice on Christmas cards. And then that brought me nicely to my next one, because I thought the shape of that looked really, really beautiful. You could make it up into a poinsettia. So I've made a few of those, and I've actually just used the leaf shape from the previous set to go in behind there, and I thought that turned out really, really well. Now, last but not least, I've just combined a couple of them from one set, and I have this lovely card. Now this is a die set that will be available on the website very, very soon. So it's the Believe in Fairies, and I haven't used the fairy at all. I've actually just cut it out and put this leaf pattern on both sides of it, and I'm having it in the landscape orientation with this beautiful border on the bottom here. And then the dies that I showed you at the start of the video, we've got Hugs and Kisses and Birthday Wishes and Life is Better with Friends. I have taken the You're Blooming Marvellous, and I've cut that out in gold and backed it on there, and I'm just going to pop it on there. So for this one then, I have taken some of the dies from each of the sets and I've layered them up together, because I just wanted to show that you don't necessarily have to use them all from one set. And I've made two tiny ones, and I'm going to glue those on there. But I'm thinking, as I look at it here, that would be really, really nice with a Christmas sentiment in the middle, because that red and green's lovely together, and you could have the poinsettias on there as well. Isn't that really, really nice? Now I'm going to have to stop, because this video could go on and on forever, because I absolutely love these dies so much that I just want to use them with everything. But do remember that there are lots of dies that you can use them with. You can use them with these, have the flowers in the centre. This one would be absolutely beautiful with it. There's this beautiful big die set that I'll be having a video on very, very soon, and then more of these ones as well. But do use your imagination, and I'm sure you'll love them as much as I do too. Thank you very, very much for watching. And don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, I don't think I mentioned that earlier, but please do subscribe. I notice an awful lot of people who are watching the videos are not actually subscribed, and I'd love you to do that, because that way you'll be able to keep up to date with everything, especially if you hit the notification bell. Loads and loads of videos coming, even the new ones on some of these products that I'm showing you right now. But it would really help me an awful lot if you give the video a little thumbs up at the end if you've enjoyed it, and especially if you leave me a little comment. I really, really appreciate that. So thank you so much. My links, my affiliate links to all of these products will be down below in the description of the video, where you usually see all that I've written about it, and I really appreciate everybody who uses those as well. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.